Hello again, everyone. This is Dr. Tracy Zhang, and today I wanted to show you the Google Science Fair site and the Science Buddy Science Fair sites to show you how you can determine and find a project with which you can decide whether they followed all of the steps of the scientific method. Remember, as we talked about previously, the scientific method steps are first, you make an observation. You just look at the world around you. Once you've made an observation and done some background research to determine whether it's something that bears further study, you create a hypothesis. A hypothesis is a special question that is very defined. Then you conduct an experiment to test your hypothesis. If your hypothesis is not testable, then we don't consider that a hypothesis. You have to be able to narrow down the specifics in order to test a variable of the hypothesis. The next step is to experiment. You conduct your experiment. During the experiment, you're going to keep excellent records. You may record temperatures. You may record the amount of water, as we talked about with the plant in the next lesson. You may record various data points. You may do mathematical recordings. You might take pictures. You're collecting data. Once you have collected all the data and completed the experiment, you're going to analyze the data. This may require just studying whether the plant died or not. Did the plant with water live? How did it do? You may be required to do mathematical equations and that sort of thing to create charts and comparisons. Once you've analyzed all your data, then you draw a conclusion. Did the experiment prove your hypothesis? Did it prove what you were testing? Or did it disprove? Did it prove that your hypothesis was not true? Both of these are valid results and give us important scientific information. Once you've drawn conclusions and completed all of the steps of the scientific method, we share our results. By sharing our results, scientists can advance the status of science throughout the world and have exciting discoveries made public. Sometimes, and in most cases, our science experiments create more questions, and then we start the whole cycle again. Now let's go look at the Science Buddies website. As you can see, the Science Buddies website is sciencebuddies.org, so you simply type in sciencebuddies.org into your search in your browser. And I've let it land on this Steps of the Scientific Method page that is within the Science Buddies site. And you can see, ask a question, do background research, construct a hypothesis, a special question that's very defined, test your hypothesis by doing an experiment, collect your data during the experiment, analyze your data, draw a conclusion, and communicate your results. Remember that it is important for your experiment to be a fair test, as they say right here on the Science Buddies website. A fair test, or valid, as many of us will call it, occurs when you change only one factor or variable and keep all of the other conditions the same. You can't make any kind of conclusion if you have too many variables or factors. We couldn't say for sure the lack of water killed the plant if we were also testing whether it had some sort of disease or whether there were some chemicals it was exposed to. You need to narrow this down to one variable or factor. So I'd like you to explore this website thoroughly. Notice it's got project ideas, and this is where you're going to find the topic selection wizard tool that I told you about. And you'll see it says help me find a project. And this is an excellent tool because it gives you lots of input, and you continue filling out these questions because that will help you find out what projects would be available in the time you have, and something that's appropriate for your grade level, and also what kinds of things are you interested in. Please remember to highlight biology or life science because this is a biology class, and so our science projects must be in biology. The Science Buddies website also has a number of other very cool resources for you. You can ask an expert, you can ask questions, do a search, or you can even answer someone else's question. So that's a really cool section that they have. They have a blog available to students, and they have a very interesting selection of articles to read. So it's a really neat thing for you to look at. They have explanations of different science careers. So they highlight various scientists, and you can even search through this and find a type of science that you're more interested in to see what that scientist says about their career. They do have teacher resources, and of course this is where you're going to find the science fair project grading rubrics. I would like you to examine these very closely, and so these rubrics are going to be part of your assignment project for the conclusion of this union. You're going to work in groups, and you're going to select a science project in biology, and then some of your group members will look at the Science Buddy site and select various rubrics from this page and determine whether the project you selected met what you would consider a good judging criteria based on the rubric. There is a section here for your parents. So this is a really cool site for parents, and you might even find some fun family science activities to do. And then, of course, the student page. This is very important to you. This tells you a lot about science fair projects and why you might find it to be a lot of fun and valuable experience for you to participate in a science fair competition. Our next video will be on the Google Science Fair site because there are several different sites, and I would like for us to concentrate on the Science Buddy site that we just went through today and the Google Science Fair site. Both of these are very exciting. So that's it for this particular part of the lesson. Please navigate on to the Google Science Fair video where we'll explore the Google Science Fair website. This is Dr. Zhang signing off. Have a great day.